I'm Peter Block here in San Francisco at TCT 2015, and I'm here for On the Scene. With me is Sanjit S from McMaster University in Canada, and we have been talking about, he particularly has been talking about, once again, the whole business of thrombus aspiration and ST segment elevation MI. So Sanjit, the total trial, may be hopefully the last trial on this or not?
I think so. We now have more than 20,000 patients enrolled in randomized trials, and we have a pretty clear answer here.
Okay, so the total trial took ST segment elevation patients and randomized them to aspiration versus non-aspiration. Tell me the short answer for what you found.
Well, we found no different in terms of long-term results of cardiovascular death, recurrent MI, shock, and class 4 heart failure at 1 year. We had hoped that perhaps if we saw an improvement in the surrogate outcomes over time, things would improve and the curves would separate, but that was not the case. And we still observed a significant increase in risk of stroke. Okay,
so let's talk a little bit about the stroke issue, because that's sort of central, and that was the main outcome really that made a difference in this trial. Tell me what you found.
So at 30 days we found a significant increase in the rate of stroke, and it was primarily ischemic stroke. What was interesting is the question is, is this a chance finding or is this a real finding? At 1 year we still found a significant increased risk of stroke, but when we looked at late stroke beyond 180 days, the event rates were the same in both groups. So that makes sense. Late stroke is unlikely to be impacted by thrombus aspiration. So
the thrombus aspiration then carries with it this sort of special risk. No surprise, perhaps, right? You're stuffing a catheter into a coronary that's full of clot. So if you think about what you would like for yourself, and I don't have an infarct because we can't take care of you here, but the fact of the matter is, what would you like to have done for you?
Yeah, I think, I'm faced with this question every day when we're on call, and I think we have to remember that this was a strategy trial, so aspiration was still used as a rescue therapy in the control arm, and so that's really where I'm using clinically and probably where I would like to be used if I was a patient, is that if you can't get the vessel open another way, you need to rescue to aspiration, probably in the range of 5 to 10% of the time, and that seems very reasonable.
Well, I think that's an important sort of summary. So let's put this all together, Sanjit. Tell me if I'm doing this right. The whole business of thrombus aspiration, I think we can probably finally put to rest now. However, if you have a vessel, balloon it, lots of thrombus, it closes, looks awful. As a rescue strategy, still makes some sense to put another catheter down and try to export it. Fair enough?
Exactly.
Okay, so now we have a strategy. Hopefully we can put this to rest.